This Labor Day, say goodbye to spills, stains, and overpriced furniture with WashableSofas.com, featuring Anabay, the only machine washable sofa inside and out, where designer quality meets budget-friendly pricing. Sofas start at just $6.99, making it the perfect time to upgrade your space. Anabay's pet-friendly, stain-resistant, and interchangeable slipcovers are made with high-performance fabric built for real life. You'll love the cloud-like comfort of hypoallergenic, high-resilience foam that never needs fluffing, and a durable steel frame that stands the test of time. With modular pieces, you can rearrange anytime. It's a sofa that adapts to your life. Now through Labor Day, get up to 60% off site-wide at WashableSofas.com. Every order comes with a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. If you're not in love, send it back for a full refund. No return shipping, no restocking fees, every penny back. Shop now at WashableSofas.com. Offers are subject to change and certain restrictions may apply.
If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.
It's KFI AM 640, and you're listening to The Conway Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app. KFI AM 640, it is The Conway Show. All right, well, that was fun last night with the rain around 3:30 in Burbank. Man, I woke up and I thought that there was a waterfall out there last night. It was unbelievable. I don't know what time it happened for you, but I think everybody got the same burst. If you were up last night, late last night, or even if you were sleeping, it probably woke you up. But around 3:30, it literally sounded like somebody was throwing pool after pool on our house. It was unbelievable. And what's that? Just checking in. Hold on, I got a late start. But it sounded like a freight train was hitting, and then we had a tornado here in Southern California. That's very rare. It's unbelievably rare. But Pico Rivera had a tornado. It lasted for about 2 minutes. Took a couple big trees down. It was a category 0, which I think is insulting. You know, it's sort of like Bellio. Is Bellio in there?
Yeah.
Bellio. There's a size 0 for dresses, right?
Yes,
Isn't that odd?
I've never personally known it, but
Bellio, get out of here. You're thin as hell. But is there a 00 or 000 or
no?
There's just 0.
0.
Okay. All right. Are you in a control tower? Are you up in the tower?
I am. I'm up in the storm control tower.
Oh, I see.
Right
okay.
Now.
All right. Controlling the weather. But that's kind of odd to BS women into believing that they have a 0. You know, I mean, guys start at, I think it's 14, 16, 18, whatever it is.
They start at that?
Yeah, I don't know. There's no 0 size for guys in pants.
Oh, that's interesting.
There's none. You would never, ever find one. I think it starts higher than that. I think for kids, it starts at 12. But for guys, it's very simple. Medium, large, extra large. That's it. For 99% of the guys. Medium, there's no small out there for guys. Guys, even if they were small, they would never order one. Which is the reason why they don't sell Diet Coke anymore. It's Coke Zero. Because guys wouldn't buy anything with diet in the name, so they had to rename it Coke Zero. And few guys buy it, but not that many. But you see medium, large, extra large. Boom. 1, 2, 3. Guys are pretty simple. But man, when it comes to women's clothing, it's 0 or I'm a 1. Isn't there a 1 or a 2?
They usually go odd sizes.
Odd.
2, 4, 6, 8.
Oh, that's even.
I mean, yeah, even.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
was just looking at the men's thing because you guys do that 33 to 35, 35 to 30, which I don't understand. Is that your waist size?
That's
correct?
right. Yeah.
So we just go with the even number 0,
right.
2.
And I don't like that. I'm with you. I don't like the waist size. 34 to 36. Because that's huge. 2 inches is a lot.
So then like a 26 to 28 would be a 0, right? It's comparable to a 0 in a woman's.
Yeah, but we don't call it that.
But let's face it, it is.
Yeah, but we don't call it that. That's the whole point.
No, I get your point.
That we still call it 26 to 28.
Well, we're not doing that because we're not giving away those numbers.
No, and also, if you're a woman size 26 to 28, you've got to slow down in life. Isn't that
No, that's small.
26 to 28?
I'm talking about waist size.
No.
You're talking about,
I'm talking about dress size.
It's maybe she's big boned.
Big boned.
Yeah.
I'd love to see the X-rays on that.
Come on.
But 26 isn't 26 huge?
I'm not going there.
Okay.
It's a bigger number than 24.
Than 25?
Yeah.
Okay. But because I think that the 26 is big. I think. I don't know. I'd have to look that up.
It's not as big as 36.
Well, 36 is hospital time. No, you don't think so? Look, the whole country's fat. We can talk about it. Everybody's fat, and we should be able to talk about it because that's the way you get people to stop being fat. Like when you have a lot of friends, or 2 or 3 really close friends, they talk you out of crap that you would do, and they save you embarrassment. Like, do you remember there was an anchor here at KFI who decided at one point in his life that he was going to get a man bun? Do you remember that?
Yep.
Remember who that was?
Yep.
Okay. Do you remember what we all said to him?
Don't do it.
It's not working for you. It's the worst look I've ever seen in my life. And we said it to him every day for like a week. Like, God almighty, you're still going with that. Does your wife know? Do your kids know? Do your friends know? Do you have any close friends that are telling you that's not a good look? Well, we beat him up every day for a week.
Yeah.
Guess who never came in with another one? That guy. Right? You've got to have close friends tell you and straighten you out every once in a while.
People do not call people out on their weight, though.
Oh, I think they do. I think they do.
That's not okay.
I don't think it's okay, but I think it helps you to realize that, you got to make a move.
But that has to come from somebody very close to you.
But you know what? But the weight is a weird thing. Like, I have always been thin my whole life, and people are almost, I'd say once a month when I meet somebody, wow, you're really thin. Are you okay? And I've been that way my whole life. But everyone who says that to me, they're willing to say that. Like, oh, wow, you look really thin. Are you okay? You healthy? You something wrong with you? You got cancer? What's going on with you? But if I were fat, they wouldn't say that.
I have to agree with you. You do get a lot of body shaming.
I do.
People say that to you
all the time.
Yeah.
It happened today.
Today?
At Huntington Beach.
What'd they say?
At the police awards show. He goes, wow, you lost a lot of weight since last I saw you. I go, well, when's the last time I saw you? He goes, around, I don't know, 8 years ago, 9 years ago? Oh, yeah, okay, maybe. That's when I was at my fat stage. I was at 212 pounds.
No.
Yeah, I was 212 pounds was my
I don't
heaviness.
believe that.
Yeah, that's true. I was living in Seal Beach, drinking beer all day and eating guacamole, and I blew up. Just blew the hell up. Walking around, I had my jeans were 38s.
Really?
Yeah.
That's I have a hard time picturing that. You're so damn sexy now.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate it. But people will say to me all the time, and again, it happened today. You've lost a lot of weight. Are you okay? Whatever it is. And I
Okay.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they think I'm dying. And I said, well, I've always been, sort of thin, but I don't get pissed off about it. It's just something that people say. But look, if I was 280 pounds, nobody would say, woo, man, really going for it.
Yeah,
You're
but
past that stage.
It's more acceptable in this culture to be thin than it is to be overweight.
Right, but it's more acceptable to make a comment on it?
No, nobody should comment on people's weight because you don't know what's going on or what their medical issues might be.
Plus, Dr. Ray Kasheri always said you can be thin and unhealthy too. Just because you're thin doesn't mean you're healthy. Yeah.
People should be curious and not judgmental.
Okay,
Wow.
all right. But I think that one of the reasons why we're all fat, well,
Except for you.
You people are. But
Snob,
the reason
skinny
why
snob.
you guys are all fat
Yeah.
is because, well, first of all, you're metabolism. You're not on the vodka cigarettes diet.
Yeah, that might have something to do with it.
Yeah, you got to get on that.
Oh, wait.
Oh, she's a big gal.
Oh, she's a big girl.
She's a big. What's that? She's a huge. Oh, yeah. We always dump that. All right. Okay. But anyway, weight is odd. You know, when my mom was, bringing up 6 kids of her own, she would have a cup of coffee. She'd go to McDonald's and get a coffee almost every day, or Winchell's and get a cup of coffee. Now, you go to Starbucks and you don't get a coffee. You get a milkshake. You get a Frappuccino. And Frappuccino is a fancy name for milkshake. That's what it is. There's milk in it. There's ice in it.
Coffee-flavored
There's
milkshake.
sugar. Yeah, right. It's like going to Baskin-Robbins and getting a coffee-flavored milkshake. Okay, so one of the reasons why I think we're all big is because for breakfast, we're drinking milkshakes. And for lunch, we have a milkshake. And on the way home, you have you have 3 milkshakes with the whipped cream piled to where they had to expand the lid. They had to make a bigger plastic lid to accommodate how much whipped cream you had.
It's true.
Yeah, when I was a kid, you put whipped cream, you just smashed it with that flat lid. And some of it went away, but you didn't put that much on it. Now we've created the dome.
Oh, one of the greatest inventions of all time, the domed lid.
Yeah, the dome lid. We live in we're drinking out of the sphere. It's like a big sphere filled with whipped cream. And then there's drizzle. You didn't have drizzle when I was a kid. There's drizzle.
Caramel.
There's caramel. There's whipped cream. There's chocolate added to it. And then, you sit down at home one day and you go, oh, man, why doesn't anything fit anymore? Well, you're drinking 3 milkshakes a day. How you don't need a calculator to know what's going on around here. All right, the rain. Did you get hit by that rain, Crozier, out there?
Well, I got a good amount of it, yeah.
Yeah, we got around 3:30, man. It hit hard.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it whacked us pretty good. Bellio, I heard in Irvine you got wasted.
Yeah, we got a lot of rain.
Plus, you also got rain?
And we also got rain.
Yeah. But you got a lot, huh?
Yeah, we did. Overnight, like you.
Yeah,
overnight.
that
was
was
wild. Pretty
wild.
when I left the house at noon.
Yeah, I went Huntington Beach was nice enough to ask me to host or MC their police awards today. And I always park on the street because I never want to valet park. I don't want to ask for it and I don't want to, pay for it. It's $30, whatever. So I found a spot on the street, which is about a block from the hotel. And I get out of the car and I start walking to the hotel. It's probably about a 4-minute walk. Halfway, downpour. I'm in a suit and tie, downpour. And so I got to make the decision. Do I run back to the car to get my raincoat or do I run to the hotel? I was right in the middle. And I ran back to the car, got my jacket, went back in. I was soaking wet when I got there.
Did you do the kind of take a step this way and take a step that way?
Yeah,
try
to avoid it. Yeah, right. What do? I don't know. I haven't decided. But it was cool to be down there with all the people who are the cops down there, Chief Parr down there. And I also ran into the Orange County Sheriff down there, Don Barnes. You know who that is?
Yes,
he's the Orange County Sheriff. Yeah, he was there.
That's cool.
And he listens to the program.
Wow.
And so does his assistant or a woman he works with, a woman named Bonnie Foster. And so big shout out to those people.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it was cool. And look, I don't like to give any advice because I don't like to get any myself. But I told them, man, I said, you guys are doing a great job. Got to keep Huntington Beach beautiful and just drive to LA every once in a while and ask people what happened in LA and then take those notes back to Huntington Beach and don't do any of it. Don't do any of it. Keep Huntington Beach spectacular. It's beautiful. One of the most beautiful cities in the world by far. And they can't let it be infiltrated by weirdos because the weirdos will find it. They found Venice. They ruined that. They ruined Santa Monica. They're ruining the South Bay, Manhattan Beach, Hermosa Beach. They're putting their thumb on that scale. And they'll eventually get to Huntington Beach. Don't let that happen to Huntington Beach. Fight for that city, not to let it fall into the ruins that is Los Angeles beach towns.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. On Demand from KFI AM 640.
Pico Rivera, they had a tornado, and that's a major news story in Los Angeles. We don't have tornadoes. We do now. We got a tornado.
That's certainly what neighbors are talking about.
That's right. Not neighbors. Everybody. Southern California.
Certainly what neighbors are talking about on this street. Everyone really just expressing disbelief. Hard to understand what unfolded here in the early morning hours. If you take a look behind us, this is actually the best the street has looked all day. I know you know this because we've been following the developments hour by hour. Crews doing everything they can to get things cleared up as quickly as possible. But we want to give you a look at what people were dealing with the early morning hours.
Yeah, it was radical.
I heard the wind.
That's a guy just looking for his keys and his phone was on. That's the sound that you get when somebody butt dials you, which is a term I don't like. But when somebody accidentally dials your phone and their phone is in their pocket, that you get 5 minutes of that. And most people like me, if I hear the beginning of that, I shut it off or I just, erase it. But there are some people out there, and I have one in my family, that if somebody accidentally calls them, they have to listen to the entire message, because there's something, I don't know, nasty or something voyeuristic about listening to somebody who is going to leave you a message who didn't think they were leaving you a message, and you want to hear if they mention you. There's something odd about it. But that's the sound of somebody who has a phone in their pocket who dialed you. And it goes on and on and on. And I delete it.
I heard the wind. It started like twirling, and the whole house shook.
That's what Pico Rivera neighbors.
That guy should have been in Wicked or, Wizard of Oz.
I heard the wind. It started like twirling, and the whole house shook.
That's the new version of Wizard of Oz. When they remake it with these, newer characters, that guy's great. That guy's going to be in the opening scene. Wizard of Oz.
I heard the wind.
Oh, I heard the wind.
It started like twirling.
Yes.
And the whole house shook.
That's what Pico Rivera neighbors woke up to early this morning.
We got home. We said, that wasn't normal.
I wake up. I look out the window. I started seeing the tree coming down. I told my wife, get the kids. I was like, I was running for my life.
These neighbors bracing against 85-mile-an-hour winds whipping down their streets, according to the National Weather Service. It was about 3:15.
Okay, yeah, that's when it hit Burbank, around 3 to 3:30. We had that radical swall, or what do they call it? Dallas Green was calling it something yesterday. But it was a radical cell that came over Southern California between 3 and 3:30, and it was moving pretty quickly. It only stayed around for about 15, 20 minutes. But, man, it sounded like all hell was breaking loose outside.
Was that a squall line?
Squall line, yes, that's right. A squall line.
We said, wow, what happened? I told my wife, that was a tornado. Had to have been.
Those National Weather Service investigators visited the neighborhood today.
So kind of connecting the dots.
And confirmed it. What they call a high-end EF0 tornado, which is the lowest level. The storm sent several trees falling across cars and streets, down power lines, causing water main breaks, damage to roofs, and siding of homes.
And you know what came down? All the trees that the lunatics go into city hall meetings and say, please don't take our trees down. They've been around for 35 years. And then the city council members like, yeah, but they're going to kill somebody. No, they'll never kill anybody. Please leave the trees. And then this happens, and all those trees come down. Luckily, nobody was killed.
I mean, I can handle earthquakes and whatever we have, but a tornado is just, wow.
That 2-minute-long tornado left a mess that stretched about 1 mile long and 80 yards wide.
We had a tornado. I mean, literally, I passed Pico Rivera today on my way down south. It happened right there in Pico Rivera. A tornado.
Mostly centered in the area of Glen Canyon Drive. Fortunately, nobody was hurt, and at this point, there are no reports that any house is uninhabitable. But the National Weather Service says there may be more to come.
Even at times today, couldn't rule out a couple of funnel clouds and maybe even another small, brief, weak tornado.
Which has some homeowners, like Nicole Hiramoto, her carport this morning.
Pine trees are still here, and if we're expecting another tornado, I'm worried that another one might fall.
Yeah, that's possible. For people who don't know where Pico Rivera is, it's literally, it's off like where the 5 and the 605 meet. It's just a little bit north of that. A little bit north of the 5 and the 605. So if you're in the area, it's west of the 605, north of the 5 freeway, and south of the 10 freeway. That's Pico Rivera. more south than that. It's closer to 5 than it is the 10. And they had a tornado. That's wild. Big news story.
Well, some good news for people who have similar worries. We actually ran into a man who said he was running the tree removal service on this street. And he said the plan is for all of those big trees to be taken down as a preventative measure.
That's right. It is very tough to go into City Hall in any of these small cities, Burbank, Glendale, whatever, and fight for these trees because the city is going to take them all down. After what happened in Pico Rivera, they're all coming down.
Because they are concerned about the potential conditions in the area.
That's right.
In the meantime,
I love the trees. Magnolia had these big ficus trees. They're taking 20 to 30 of them down every year. They're going to eventually wipe them all out. It was beautiful while it lasted, but they eat up the sidewalks, and they're going to fall on somebody and kill somebody. And so they have to take them down. It's just the way it rolls.
In the meantime, the city of Pico Rivera says that they are assessing the situation here, handling cleanup, and from there will determine what, if any, assistance may need to be given to homeowners. Yeah. Reporting live, I'm Karma Dickerson, NBC4 News.
All right, Karma Dickerson, let's roll. That's great, man. I'm glad everybody survived that. That is a wild night. A tornado at 3 o'clock in the morning. Not in Oklahoma, in Pico Rivera. That's wild.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
This Labor Day, say goodbye to spills, stains, and overpriced furniture with WashableSofas.com. Featuring Anabay, the only machine washable sofa inside and out, where designer quality meets budget-friendly pricing. Sofas start at just $6.99, making it the perfect time to upgrade your space. Anabay's pet-friendly, stain-resistant, and interchangeable slipcovers are made with high-performance fabric built for real life. You'll love the cloud-like comfort of hypoallergenic, high-resilience foam that never needs fluffing, and a durable steel frame that stands the test of time. With modular pieces, you can rearrange anytime. It's a sofa that adapts to your life. Now through Labor Day, get up to 60% off site-wide at WashableSofas.com. Every order comes with a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. If you're not in love, send it back for a full refund. No return shipping, no restocking fees, every penny back. Shop now at WashableSofas.com. Offers are subject to change and certain restrictions may apply.
If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from The Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.
We had a swatting incident yesterday at Loma Linda Hospital. Not good. Just as we were wrapping up right before 7 o'clock, that's when it happened. Hundreds of cops showed up at Loma Linda. I had a friend whose daughter, son-in-law, and grandkid was in the hospital room, and they were sheltered in place. Very scary. And I don't know how you prevent that in the future from, these idiots calling a fake call in, and then the whole county reacts to it. I don't know. With old phones, you were able to trace where the call came from. But with these new phones, you can't most of the time. So it's going to be tough. And there'll be a lot of copycats out there. But I'm glad nobody was hurt and everything turned out fantastic. Except it scared the hell out of everybody, especially the kids. The kids have enough to deal with who are in that hospital. They can't take any more bad news. And they can't take any more stress.
Chaos and terror at Loma Linda University Medical Center on Wednesday evening after San Bernardino Sheriff's Department got a disturbing call around 6 o'clock.
And advised he was hearing voices in his head and he wanted to kill people. He told us that he was armed and he was over next to Loma Linda's Children's Hospital. He then said that he entered the hospital.
Ron Carrillo had just arrived to visit his sister.
All the vehicles, all the cops just came pulling in with their sirens on. About 30 cop cars went to the emergency room, and then they just piled straight down.
Meanwhile, Teresa Diaz was up on the 13th floor visiting her husband when she saw the police lights from the window.
13th floor. She probably is a little superstitious now.
We knew something was up, and then they evacuated us, told us we had to stay locked into the floor with my husband.
I'm surprised they have a 13th floor. Usually hotels and hospitals, go 12, 14, 15, 16. you ever hear the story? I don't know if this is a myth or not, where a guy was going to bungee jump off a hotel that was 30 stories, and he bungee jumped, and he hit his head and died because he didn't realize they took out the 13th floor, that they weren't counting the 13th floor.
So it was shorter than he was counting on?
If the rope was longer.
On?
The rope was longer than he thought.
Just 10 feet longer.
Yeah. I don't know if that's an urban myth or not. It's got to be. It's got to be. There's no way that somebody's that dumb. Although, I don't know. Bungee jumping off a hotel.
How many floors?
30...
15? Count out 150 feet.
I'll be fine. Gone. Bang.
And then we were told visitors had to leave. I overheard that there was an active shooter in the paramedic department.
When deputies arrived, they started the search for the alleged gunman, working their way floor by floor and room by room.
What a nightmare. All those resources that had to be used, the overtime, other areas of that part of Southern California, unprotected because the cops are all concentrating on this one lunatic that turns out wasn't even there.
To clear the hospital.
As they cleared, we were happy to report they didn't find any evidence of any victims or certainly a suspect that had done any of those things. So this appears to be what we call a swatting call or a false call, but causes a mass law enforcement response.
Infuriating for John Eriks, who works in the pediatric department.
Good. I hope he's pissed. He should be. He's got to, these kids, again, these kids they can't take any more stress.
There's a family that was in front of my driveway right here, and they were saying that their family member might pass without them being able to see that. They're in critical condition, and they got pulled out here, dragged away from them.
Sheriff Shannon Dykes praising not only the first responders, but the hospital staff for putting their patients first.
What I heard on the radio, them barricading their patients, locking doors, and doing things, they are true heroes. My investigators, they're going to turn over every leaf, and if we can find the person or persons responsible for this, we're going to do just that.
Good.
Sheriff Dykes says in some cases, people making swatting calls will use IP addresses from outside of the country to mask their locations. Again, just to recap, no shots fired, no one injured, and that call was apparently a fake call.
Unbelievable. We all have to react to idiots every day. And again, we talk about it every day on this station. L.A., Southern California, we throw a lot at you.
Can you think of another place where there are so many people that are already like full of anxiety and like you were saying, they're already stressed and they're already at their breaking point?
It's the worst.
Where you could do something like that.
I can't imagine. I mean, I don't know. You have kids and that one family whose child might be passing and they were kicked out of the hospital and they can't be with that child. Well, they're dying, and man, oh man, it is a weird society we live in.
Special place,
yeah, real special place. That should be a permanent lockup job. Just get them the hell out of society. It's the people that are at Mattel Children's Hospital or Chalk or Children's Hospital Los Angeles or Loma Linda. Those people are, again, they are in there. Everything that they do, everything the parents do when a child's in the hospital is about that kid. They don't think about bills anymore. They don't think about eating. They don't think about sleeping. They just want to get that kid better. And when you come in with a swatting call and you tell the cops you're in there, shooting, you're going to shoot up the place, that will make some people just snap. I mean, that could be it could have attributed to somebody's suicide. Those people are already on the edge. It's the worst. It's the worst. I hope they catch the guy that did this and really severely make an example out of him so other people don't do it in the future. But it's going to happen in the future. It already has happened. It's going to happen again. It's going to happen again and again and again. We just live with crazies in Southern California. Total craziness.
Well, and they say they couldn't say that it was even someone from Southern California.
Yeah, I know.
They said they could have been an international person.
What is that thing? It's called a UPN or it's a
VPN?
VPN.
We're using the internet? Yeah. Blind,
and nobody knows where it came
basically,
from. Yeah. All right, well, welcome to California. Home of complete a-holery.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
This Labor Day, say goodbye to spills, stains, and overpriced furniture with WashableSofas.com. Featuring Anna Bay, the only machine washable sofa inside and out, where designer quality meets budget-friendly pricing. Sofas start at just $6.99, making it the perfect time to upgrade your space. Anna Bay's pet-friendly, stain-resistant, and interchangeable slip covers are made with high-performance fabric built for real life. You'll love the cloud-like comfort of hypoallergenic, high-resilience foam that never needs fluffing, and a durable steel frame that stands the test of time. With modular pieces, you can rearrange anytime. It's a sofa that adapts to your life. Now through Labor Day, get up to 60% off site-wide at WashableSofas.com. Every order comes with a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. If you're not in love, send it back for a full refund. No return shipping, no restocking fees, every penny back. Shop now at WashableSofas.com. Offers are subject to change and certain restrictions may apply.
If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.
We're having a lunar eclipse tonight. I don't know if you know that, but if you're outside, it's going to start at 11:57 tonight. Partial eclipse at 1:09. Full total eclipse, full-blown eclipse at 2:26 a.m. 2:26.
And it's one of the few ones where you should be able to see it through the entirety of of North America, at least.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
All right. So for our syndicated stations, you can see it anywhere in the United States right now or tonight. But it's 2:22 is where it's going to be full blown. Let me see if that's the right time for LA. All right, let's find out some more about it, and I'll get you an exact time. But I think it's 2:26.
The moon will appear blood red when Earth blocks most of the light shining on its surface. Most of the Western Hemisphere will have the best view, and it all starts around 12:55 Eastern, as in right after midnight, and is expected to last more than 3.5 hours. Now, NASA is sharing the best ways to catch the eclipse and what it reveals about our closest cosmic neighbor. NASA Artemis 3 and LRO project scientist Noah Petro is here to tell us all about that. Noah, thanks for coming on. I know it's not often that the Earth is positioned precisely between the moon and the sun. So how rare is this, and why does it turn the moon red?
Yeah, a couple great questions. So the rarity is because we have to have...
Great questions. What was the question?
To tell us all about that. Noah, thanks for coming on. I know it's not often that the Earth is positioned precisely between the moon and the sun. So how rare is this, and why does it turn the moon red?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think those are the only two questions you can ask. Where he said, great question.
How rare is this, and why does it turn the moon red?
Yeah, a couple great questions. So I
don't know what other questions you can come up with. I think those are the only questions.
Rarity is because we have to have that perfect alignment. So we may have partial eclipses 2 or 3 times a year, but we really don't get total eclipses but for a few times every few years. We won't have another eclipse like this one where the entire breadth of the country, in fact, North and South America, will be able to see this until 2048. So
2048. Wow, you got to catch this one. So tonight, here are the times for Southern California. The moon comes up at 6:44 p.m. All right, moon's up, we're rolling. At 8:50, online broadcast begins. People are online, YouTube, bang, we've got the online eclipse rolling. Then at 8:57, the eclipse begin tonight, 8:57 p.m. At 10:09, it's going to get even more radical. 11:26 p.m., total eclipse begins. 11:26 p.m. The greatest eclipse, the greatest blackout of the moon will be tonight at midnight. Tonight at midnight in Los Angeles, you will have, if the clouds part ways, and it looks like it's partly cloudy out there right now. I'm looking outside in Burbank. There's clouds around the hills, but the valley looks pretty open. You'll be able to see it. If it's this cloud configuration tonight, you'll be able to see it. Tonight at midnight will be the total eclipse of the moon. Tonight, midnight in Los Angeles, give or take a minute or two. But tonight at midnight, total eclipse of the moon. And the next time it's going to happen is in 2048.
Woo!
That is 23 years. I call this my last eclipse. This is a wrap.
Wow, look at you projecting forward.
It is my final eclipse tonight. My final eclipse.
It's a bold prediction,
Oh,
sir.
yeah, 100%. Hey, look, I might not even get to this one.
We won't have another eclipse like this one where the entire breadth of the country, in fact, North and South America, will be able to see this until 2048. So
2048. Isn't that 23 years? Yeah. 2048. 23 years from now.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that.
Yeah.
This very well could be my last one.
Oh, yeah. But trust me, it's my final eclipse.
How rare is this, and why does it turn the moon red?
Okay. All right.
that same process is why we see a red moon, because during an eclipse, the shadow of the Earth falls across the surface of the moon, and the red hue of every sunrise and every sunset on the planet is projected onto the lunar surface. And so when you see...
Oh, yeah, that's cool. So the sunrise and the sunsets from around the world are projected onto the moon.
Yeah, because the sun is not actually touching the moon because the Earth's in the way.
What?
The
sun doesn't touch the moon?
The Earth is between the light from the sun. The Earth is between the sun and the moon. So it's not. So the moon is not getting direct sunlight from the sun.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
It's getting the carry around from the edge of the Earth, which are all, like you say, the sunsets and the sunrises.
Yeah, and because the Earth is so much bigger than the moon, that's why it's happening. If they're the same size, you'd never notice. But that's going to be cool tonight at midnight. So stay up if you can at midnight. Exactly midnight tonight, you're going to see a wild eclipse. And you're not going to see one again for 23 years. So don't go to bed early tonight.
Onto the lunar surface. And so...
Hey, Timmy, do I need to wear my eclipse glasses?
Yes. I forgot to tell everybody that. You've got to wear big, thick foil glasses. Make it 5 or 6 layers of foil. And if you don't see anything, that means your eyes are great.
Everything's working perfectly.
Yeah, right.
For your lunar eclipse.
Right. If you don't see anything through that 5 layers of foil, man, you've saved your eyes. Good for you. Good for you.
When you see the total eclipse tomorrow morning or late tonight, when you see the moon turn that red color, you can thank Earth's magnificent atmosphere for causing that red color.
I'll do that.
Now, NASA happens to have a few missions on and around the moon right now. So what are you hoping to learn from those images and the data they collect and how the eclipse impacts them?
It'd be great after this question if he just pulled his pants down and farted. Towards the camera.
Now, NASA happens to have a few missions on and around the moon right now. So what are you hoping to learn from those images and the data they collect and how the eclipse impacts them?
Oh,
absolutely. So, lunar eclipses are special events, but for space... Absolutely. So, lunar eclipses are special events, but for spacecraft in orbit around the moon, such as our Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter or the Blue Ghost Mission 1 that's on the surface of the moon, eclipses are quite challenging. You lose the sun, the source of your power. So for the LRO spacecraft, we're actually going to be turning off our instruments.
Oh, that's interesting. The solar-powered vehicles or observers that are on the moon or circling the moon won't get any light. And so they're going to shut them down. And that's why you had to shut her down. So tonight, midnight, watch the eclipse. We'll keep reminding you. And I'm sure George Norrie will talk about it. He's all about the eclipse. And, I'm sure he'll mention it.
Yeah, he'll talk about it live.
Yeah, right. He'll be on live during the eclipse. We should try to get Norrie on and talk about it. George Norrie. That guy's a stud. All right, we're live on KFI. More Nels Crush. Conway Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app. Now, you can always hear us live on KFI AM 640, 4 to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and anytime on demand on the iHeartRadio app.
This Labor Day, say goodbye to spills, stains, and overpriced furniture with WashableSofas.com. Featuring Anna Bay, the only machine washable sofa inside and out, where designer quality meets budget-friendly pricing. Sofas start at just $6.99, making it the perfect time to upgrade your space. Anna Bay's pet-friendly, stain-resistant, and interchangeable slip covers are made with high-performance fabric built for real life. You'll love the cloud-like comfort of hypoallergenic, high-resilience foam that never needs fluffing, and a durable steel frame that stands the test of time. With modular pieces, you can rearrange anytime. It's a sofa that adapts to your life. Now through Labor Day, get up to 60% off site-wide at WashableSofas.com. Every order comes with a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. If you're not in love, send it back for a full refund. No return shipping, no restocking fees, every penny back. Shop now at WashableSofas.com. Offers are subject to change and certain restrictions may apply.
If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.